Hey, what's up you guys? It's Dorothy and welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and joining us on this journey of reading One of Us is Lying by Karen McManus. Excuse me, I did just take some medicine for this, so hopefully that'll die down while I do these videos. In today's video, we are going to go into part 2 of chapter 20 of One of Us is Lying. And, I keep burping. And let's get right into this video. I'm so sorry for my ungodliness and being so gross, but it's raw me. I don't really edit my videos, so but anyways, this video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, please click off of the video now. You have been warned. Nate, Tuesday, October 16th, 6 p.m. When I get to Glenn's diner half an hour after I'm supposed to meet my mother, her Kia is parked right out front. Score 1 for the new and improved version, I guess. I wouldn't have been at all surprised if she didn't show. I thought about doing the same a lot, but pretending she doesn't exist hasn't worked out all that well. I park my bike a few spaces away from her car, feeling the first drops of rain hit my shoulders before I enter the restaurant. The hostess looks up with a polite, quizzical expression. I'm meeting somebody. Macaulay, I say. She nods and points to a corner booth right over there. I can tell my mother's already been here for a while. Her soda's almost empty, and she's torn her straw wrapper to shreds. When I slide into the seat across from her, I pick up a menu and scan it carefully to avoid her eyes. You order? Oh no, I was waiting for you. Excuse me, I can practically feel her willing me to look up. I wish I weren't here. Do you want a hamburger, Nathaniel? You used to love Glenn's hamburgers. I did, and I do, but now I want to order anything else. It's Nate, okay? I snap my menu shut and stare at the gray drizzle pelting the window. Nobody calls me that anymore. Nate, she says, but my name sounds strange coming from her. One of those words you say over and over until it loses meaning. A waitress comes by and I order a Coke and a club sandwich I don't want. My Bertaphone buzzes in my pocket and I pull it out to a text from Browen. Hope it's going okay. I feel a jolt of warmth, but put the phone back without answering. I don't have the words to tell Browen what it's like to have lunch with a ghost. Nate, my mother clears her throat around my name. It still sounds wrong. How are you doing in school? Do you still like science? Christ, do you still like science? I've been in remedial classes since 9th grade, but how would she know? Progress reports come home. I fake my father's signature and they go back. Nobody ever questions them. Can you pay for this, I ask, gesturing around the table like at the belligerent asshole I've turned into the past 5 minutes, because I can't. So if you're expecting that, you should have told me before the food comes. Her face sags and I feel a pointless stab of triumph. Nate, I would never. Well, why should you believe me? She pulls out a wallet and puts a couple of 20s on the table, and I feel like shit until I think about the bills I keep tossing into the trash instead of paying. Now that I'm not earning anything, my father's disability check barely covers the mortgage, utilities, and his alcohol. How do you have money when you've been in rehab for months? The waitress returns with a glass of Coke for me, and my mother waits until she leaves to answer. One of the doctors at Pine Valley, that's the facility I've been in, connected me with a medical transcription company. I can work anywhere, and it's very steady. She brushes her hand against mine, and I jerk away. I can help you and your father out, Nate. I will. I wanted to ask you if you have a lawyer for the investigation. We could look into that. Somehow I manage not to laugh. Whatever she's making isn't enough to pay for a lawyer. I'm good. She keeps trying, asking about school, Simon, probation, my dad. It almost gets to me because she's different than I remember, calmer and more even-tempered, but then she asks, how's Browen handling all of this? Nope. Every time I think about Browen, my body reacts like I'm back on the couch in her media room, heart pounding, blood rushing, skin tingling. I'm not about to turn the one good thing that's come out of this mess into yet another awkward conversation with my mother. Which means we've pretty much run out of things to say. Thank God the food's arrived so we can stop trying to pretend the last 3 years never happened. Even though my sandwich tastes like nothing, like dust, it's better than that. My mother doesn't take the hint. She keeps bringing up Oregon and her doctors, and my Kale Powers investigates until I feel as I'm about to choke. I pull away at the neck on my t-shirt like that'll help me breathe, but it doesn't. I can't sit here listening to her promises and hoping it'll work out. that she'll stay sober, stay employed, stay sane, just stay. I have to go, I say abruptly, dropping my half-eaten sandwich onto my plate. I get up, banging my knee against the edge of the table so hard I wince and walk out without looking at her. I know she won't come after me. That's not how she operates. When I get outside, I'm confused at first because I can't see my bike. It's wedged between a couple of huge Range Rovers that weren't there before. I make my way toward it. Then suddenly, a guy who's overdressed for Glenn's Diner steps in front of me with a blinding smile. I recognize him right away, but look through him as if I don't. Nate McCauley, Mike Hale Powers, you're a hard man to find, you know that? Thrilled to make your acquaintance. We're working on your follow-up broadcast to Simon Keller investigation, and I'd love your take. How about I buy you a coffee inside and we talk for a few minutes? I climb onto my bike and strap on my helmet like I didn't hear him. I get ready to back up, but a couple of producer types block my way. How about you tell your people to move? His smile is wide as ever. I'm not your enemy, Nate. The court of public opinion matters in a case like this. What do you say we get them on your side? My mother appears in the parking lot with her mouth falling open when she sees who's next to me. I slowly reverse my bike until the people in my way move and I get a clear path. If she wants to help me, she can talk to him. That is the end of chapter 20. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.